great awakening, great afternoon. Also, it's Wednesday. So, all my 9 to 5ers, happy halfway there day, you know? Make it over the hump. So I was suggested that I should just get on here and just bust it up with y'all. In between my meditating and, you know, walking amongst nature and just observing shit. I get to having conversations with myself. They're all positive. They're all faith driven. And I see I could get lost in those conversations sometimes. Whether it be looking at the sky or looking at the water. Shit, sometimes it feels like even the trees are responding. So sometimes I touch them. I was drawn to this one particular tree because just, I don't know, I was just drawn to it. So I went and stood with it, touched it, rubbed it. And I looked down and I just noticed that it had very unique roots. For the kind of tree that it was, compared to similar trees like it that were next to it. It was just like, had that Game of Thrones three-eyed raven type of tree energy, so to say, you know, as far as like visually with the roots. But I don't know, I was drawn to it. And it just got me thinking that we've been really cut off from what really matters. And made me, it posed a question to myself, like, when there was no Bible and there were no words, how did those connect with God, divine source, Jesus. Like before there was a Jesus, how were they connecting with God, source, divinity? And I think there was somehow, some way we were plugged in a different fashion, you know what I'm saying? And whoever unplugged the masses from that source within a made-up society, that's when they started to gain the advantage and started to limit our maximum potential. Because it's like when I say to people that I was talked to and I was told to come here, that just doesn't register to a person not living in a spiritual world. You're still thinking on a 3D level. Like I gotta go to work, or I gotta do this, or I gotta do that. So you're telling me you're willing to donate to charity. You're willing to go to church on Sundays, spend money to get the fly Easter gear, pay tithes and offerings, hop up and down the aisles, try to be the best at memorizing scriptures, just to say when God come tell you something to do, that the 3D world matters more than what he told you to do. And that don't sit right with me. Don't sit right with me. Y'all willing to call out of work, neglect all other responsibilities, or find ways to get them taken care of, to go see the Pope, or to go look at the pyramids in Africa. But if he came and told you right to you to do something, you gonna let the 3D world dictate how you listen to God. I don't think I could take that chance anymore. Because I know he saved me. And maybe he ain't tell me what to do yet. Or maybe this is what he telling me to do right now. But I can't go against that. And it's like I'm stepping in faith on that. You know, I'm head first for God. You know what I mean? I feel like since April 1st, I've been on mushrooms. I just been feeling like everything is like, I got it. Or it's just like I just see past the surface level so much deeper that it reminds me of when I was on shrooms. And it's like, I don't know if there was, well, I know it was that final portrayal that caused the pain in me, but I didn't know that it would trigger something so spiritually, because I didn't even really know or explore my spirituality. I knew I wasn't religious. At times, I kind of questioned whether it was I was atheist or something. But then it would be other times that I would feel so connected to something because of how many times my intuition was correct on things that I really wasn't like paying attention to until it just clicked. Like, oh yeah, I said that was gonna happen. Or I swear I seen all that playing out already. That's why I didn't pay any attention to it, because I just knew that was gonna happen. Like, why are everybody so shocked that that happened? So then that made me think, like, maybe there is something there that I'm not tapping into, but maybe we all have a little bit of something like that, you know, we're just reading something in the air. Just like if you show up to a certain party, you know if you want to stay at that party or that bar long, because it just looked like they could get you could catch one of them nameless bullets in there or outside of there or going to your car there. You know what I mean? It's that same feeling, but it's like all the time with a bit of spice on it. And it's like that's why they limiting where you can go in nature. They are, it's like that's why they make it impossible for you to just be homeless, to where as though there's somewhere you could go and just be a part of nature. Just really go somewhere, build your little shack, build your little teepee from nature without somebody coming to fucking interrupt you. They can't have that. They can't have you living like that, because that would inspire others to stop playing these roles, because that's what you're playing when you go to work. What's your role here for this company? My role is blah 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 blah. Somebody see right through that shit that you just said, your 13-word shit, and say, okay, you're a glorified assistant. Okay, you're a overpaid maintenance man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they can't have you reconnecting back with nature, just being left the fuck alone on the dock of the river, fishing and barbecuing and just living off the land. Like, seriously, where can you just go be on God's green earth and nobody is looking to get a boarding pass, a passport, to ask you who you are, or any of that type of shit? You just came out your mama's free indigenous coochie, walked on the fucking earth, goo goo gaga, all in the grass and shit, and ain't hear nothing about a tariff or nothing about a law or a fucking parking ticket or fucking any of that nonsense. Any of that nonsense. Loitering. Any of this nonsense. Where can you go and just be? Then it just made me pose another question to myself. Well, who's out here not letting us just be? Who's behind us not just being? Is it the motherfuckers that just print money out of thin air and call themselves a federal company when they have nothing to do with anyone's government? And then turn around and tax us after we worked for this money, then tax us for spending it, and tax us for how we spend it, and on what machine we spend it, and what store we go to spend it, whether we spend it digitally or take it to an ATM and get charged there to get another fake piece of paper to just exchange it for other fake pieces of paper for goods and services. It's just a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's bullshit. While they're printing it out of thin air, telling you on TV that they signed another piece of paper to send more of this piece of paper to another country for some shit you still don't even understand what for. It's telling you this is of the greatest importance while you barely paying rent. And if you're in a situation where as though you don't have to pay a rent, you're on some type of assistance, you're under siege. You're living by so many rules of the property of the whoever that owns the shit. When are we going to say enough is enough? When is enough going to be enough? I ain't going to talk y'all ear off, man. I'll holler back later.